Hi everyone, let me take you to the tour of this Vipasana Academy, which is at Igatpuri. First of all, for the entire 10 days, you will have to follow this REM on, which is Noble Silence. This is the entire routine. It starts from 4 o'clock till 9:30. It's the entire packed scheduled from morning to early morning to night. So this is the area where all students go for their breakfast, lunch and dinner. You will see here the breakfast starts at 6:30 to 7:15. Lunchtime 11 to 11:45. So till the time you are taking your first coffee at office, we are already done with the lunchtime. And there are evening snacks as well. And basically this is where we as new students used to go. Oh sorry, it's locked actually. I'll take you in my next video basically, but just a quick, I don't think so it's seen here. So this is basically where generally we go ahead and have our uh, our food here. So this is where it starts. It's a 10-day course as I mentioned earlier. This is the course office, where it's basically MON as you're aware of. So any doubts or anything, you will have to go to this office, which is there, course office. If you are not well also, there are doctors here to take care of yourself. There is laundry service. So every morning by 7:45 you will have to put your clothes, and by evening or next morning you will get your clothes. So this is basically the main lawn area of what we can see. Now I'm moving ahead with the I'm going to a place where we used to meditate, and also where we had stayed. So there are various blocks which have been there. So from B, C, if you see, these are all the blocks which are there. I used to stay at J. I'm still staying at J tonight. Also, I'm staying at J. So J17 was my room number. It's a very picturesque place actually, and it's a very beautiful place. So I'll just go through it. And it's a very silent place. So if it's known by everyone and there is no voice here, it's such a surreal place to be. That is what I can only say. And so this is where the rooms and the blocks are. This is like say C1 to C7. There are 7 rooms here which are there. This is the place which takes you to the Brahma Hall where we used to meditate. Just a reminder, we used to meditate around 11.5 hours out of 24 hours, which is like almost half of your day. So this is something which was extraordinary. I think the amount of introspection, I think the meditations were also, course was done in a very, very systematic way, very disciplined way as such. And this is the one who's the main course owner, principal teacher, Sri Satyanarayan SS Goenkaji. So this is a resident of SS Goenkaji, which is there. So this is the one which is SS Goenkaji's home. This is the AT, which is assistant teachers' rooms, which are there, which are like around 6 of them, which are there. Again, if you see, such a silent place, such a surreal place, and the best part is now just going to come in, because this is a place where if you see, this is the place. It's such a beautiful place, such a serene place, and the bells, if you see, it just rings by the wind when it goes through. and look at behind the scenes. It's such a beautiful mountains, and there were days where it was fully raining, and this was beautiful. That is what I can say. This is basically the main center. This is not where we used to uh, meditate, but this is the place which is the main, the mud temple. That is what we say. It's not allowed uh, for people, but I think if you see, it's such a beautiful thing. And look at the scenery behind as well. And and when there are fogs which are there, it's such a beautiful thing which is there. So there are all facilities, water facilities which are around, toilet facilities which are around, so you don't have to, and this is basically and this is something which I'll try to take you in case we get a chance to it. Is these are cells wherein each of the devotees are given a cell where you can for some sessions you can go ahead and have meditate in this cells as well. So I've been also allotted one cell which is 194. I'll take you, if possible, then I can try to take you to those cells. And that again, so for say 3 hours or 4 hours, you can go and instead of doing meditation on the hall, you can go and have the meditation in this cell as well. Again, such a beautiful thing because it's completely you, nothing else as such. So there are cells here as well as cells which have been here. Mine was, as I told you, is 194, which was allotted to me. I think the numbers they have changed. So there are cells which are here and there are cells which are here, where people have been allotted cells. My entrance was from entrance number 4, but I'll just take you there later on. First of all, let me take you to the hall where we used to meditate, and such a and it's and the question, it was such a mourn, and even the people around will not come to know that there are people around because such a silent place during the morn, during the noble silence period. So this is basically Dhamma Hall 2, which you can see is where we used to meditate for from 4:30 onwards. And I'll try to see if it's open, then I'll try to take you inside. Otherwise, I believe you will have to be satisfied from outside. Let me try to see it if possible. I hope sir is not there, so we can try to take you inside as well if it's open. Yeah, it's open, lucky for you. So this is basically the hall where we used to meditate. This is where the teachers used to sit, Guruji, what we say. This is where basically the entire meditation used to happen. Yes, I'll go to my seat. It was something which was, this is basically the place where I used to sit, which is J17 Alpesh. This is the seat where I used to sit for the entire last 10 days. It was exhausting, that is what I can tell you, because at the end of the day 11 hours sitting is not an easy job, and that's why whenever we get an opportunity to go to a cell, I had taken that opportunity, because at least you change places to that extent, right? So this is the closing door where we are now going towards. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the cell where I used to meditate when when I was not using the Mahal 2. So as I mentioned, I was allotted 194 cell number, and the entrance was from entrance number 4, which is where now I'm going towards. It's I think I think everyone of us, it's once in a lifetime thing, frankly speaking. And the more earlier you go, the more earlier it's better to realize that you know we and now I've realized the amount of things which I amount of energy which I have wasted and unnecessary things. I think it's not worth. So to that extent, it's important to do this course to to see where it's, and I think the principles also are very good, to that extent, and the learnings are also great. So now I'm going to the to my entrance. So this is basically, and good ourselves. This is the entrance room which is there. Everyone are given such types of cells. I think they have now gone ahead and put all the you know all the cushion on this thing. So this is my one. This is my one, which is 194. This is basically where I used to come. Just close the door, sit here for 1 hour, 2 hour, depending upon this thing, and then used to meditate here. And again, the meditation is something which what we were told here is not to do any other type of meditation. What we are told here to do, we have to do that thing. So we have to unlearn or what what we have learned in any of the other meditation classes. We have to unlearn that, and whatever we have been told to do here, so we have to just strictly follow what we have been told here to do the meditation techniques. So that is what we used to do. Now this is where the room was. Now let me take you to my room. To that extent, frankly speaking, we used to use this room only for 2 or 3 places. One, but always for sleep. After the classes which gets over at 9:30, basically in fact 9 o'clock, 9 to 9:30 generally it's question and answer with teachers, and if you don't have question and answer with teacher, then you generally leave at 9. So we leave at 9:10 and immediately crash to bed because we don't have energy at all, no doubt. And by 9:30 the lights are off clearly, because we have to get up at 9 o'clock, 4 o'clock as well. So that is one time. Second time, after the 6:30 meditation, basically we used to I think I forgot my bottle somewhere, but I will take it later on. Second thing is that the 6:30 meditation, then generally, we go for breakfast, and after that we go to our room to have a bath. So this is the way towards the J block of my where we used to stay, and that is basically you used to go and take a bath and just take 10-15 minutes rest before we get ready for 8 o'clock meditation. So and then basically after your lunch at 11:45 you just go for a nap for 1 hour after that thing, because after that you don't get time till 9 o'clock in the night. So this is basically where you have to go ahead and use your rooms. Otherwise we hardly go to our rooms. Generally it's not a good place at all, frankly speaking, but overall it's not a it's a place to rest, that's it. But that's a great thing to have here, frankly speaking. Again, I think if you see the surrounding, is such a picturesque place to be here. And whenever you get time for 10-15 minutes, you just go to one of the corners of that place and just see around. And it's such a beautiful thing to be there. So here I'm going towards the J block. And now here I'm going down. In the night, basically you have to use your basically lights and everything to ensure that don't fall down, which I generally do. So everyone knows it. But But yeah, Milind does it more than I do. So before I just go to the room, I just take you to the place where I generally used to, stand and watch around. It's such a beautiful place. I thought it's first important to show you those place. So this is basically the place where I used to stand here and watch around, look at it. It's such a beautiful place, and it's more beautiful when fog is around, you know. And look at the silence which is there. There is just pin drop silence. It's such a serene place to be. And so now I'm going towards the room where I used to stay. And there's something which is really everyone, and the best part here was the discipline, frankly speaking. The 9 days morn was morn, and it's basically you can't even see eye to eye to your colleagues as well. That was the thing which we have been doing. That's called as noble silence or more, because at the end of the day, I think it's important that if you are with you, I think the meditation works. And that's why Vipassana is a very difficult meditation, and it requires such type of you know you require such type of silence to be around. So this is basically my room. I don't have the keys right now. I've given it to uh, you know to the office because there is some plumbing issue and they are going to get it rectified very shortly. So I don't have the keys right now, but this is basically a very, what to say, a small room. So it's a one room, where you just get a bed at the left side, and one place where you can put all your store or your belongings. And there is a small bathroom, which is there's I think nothing big or nothing, but this is where it is, so guys, this is where it's a small place, but there are in fact the other Dhamma halls as well, where people, the other groups which people, where people meditate in another Dhamma hall, which is Dhamma hall 1 and Dhamma hall 3. We were at Dhamma hall 2, where where I told you. This is an entire huge property which is there. They are developing more blocks here to that extent. And this is the place why it's called pure, because it's not anything for commercial at all. It's purely run on the basis of donation which is received by the students. And what I heard from the office bearers today is that there are other places like in Varanasi, Gujarat, etc., wherein there are in fact Vipassana center all over the world, and this is one of the most original places where SS Goenka ji have this residence, and SS Goenka ji used to stay here. So great, I can only say is once in a lifetime one should go ahead and take this opportunity if you get one. It's an eye opener. It will be difficult, frankly, so it's not easy at all. First, the food timings. 11:30 you complete your entire meal, right? And by by 11 hours you have to meditate, so your legs just starts hurting by evening, because sitting entire day is not easy at all. So overall it's a very tough journey, physically, mentally. First few days are the key, because first few days where you win with your mind, and once you win with your mind, I think it's just a mere then formality to complete, because you start loving it, right? You start loving it, but it's a matter of just winning that initial few days. And once you do that, I can only say you're into a great journey. You will get a completely different perspective of life, what we are running towards, why we are running towards, why something is happening to us, why something is not happening to us. And somehow this course will really help you out in at least going forward basis. to ensure that you live a very peaceful and happy life. To this, I end this video. Coming back to the hall, but at the same time I can only say is take this opportunity to come and have at least once this experience of Vipassana, and you will realize that is such a great one. Thank you so much guys. See you.